Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jamari. You know what's good with Jamari-thon. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's little Way Back Wednesday episode. I actually didn't have time to make a video, so I thought I would throw that out there to keep the train moving. Some of you were acting very confused, even though I literally explained what was going to happen right before the video. But hey, that's just YouTube comments for you. Today I'm actually back and I'm going to be talking about another Odyssey article. This article is talking about how going to the gym and mental health kind of coincide and correlate together. And before I even start, I just want to say there are aspects that I agree with in this article and there are aspects that I completely disagree with. As you guys know, I'm a big advocate for both fitness and for mental health. I've been working out 5 to 6 times a week for probably around 7 years now. And I don't ever take breaks. That's just kind of me. It's really built into my schedule at this point. And y'all know me, I think that working out's good whether you go to the gym or whether you go for a 30-minute walk every day. I think it's just important to keep your heart active. I think it's important to keep your lungs healthy. So you know what y'all also need to keep doing is drinking your water and eating your vegetables. I forgot to hit y'all with that the last couple of days, but y'all better keep doing that. I got my eyes on you, son. Let's get right into this article. Let's see if I can rip it apart. Let's see if I say, oh, I agree with you, young lady. Okay, so here's the article. The name is Sorry, but your mental health also includes going to the gym, working out, and being active, which is kind of a redundant title in my opinion, because I assume if you're going to be going to the gym, you're also going to be working out and being active as well. You're not just going to be sitting on the massage chair chatting it up with some random housewife. The girl says mental health is something that affects us all. We all go through highs and lows. During my highs and even my lows, the one thing that helps my mental health is getting in gains at the gym. And I assume this is the author of this article. I guess she was somehow having some type of mental health problem despite being a white woman in America. Hey, these are total jokes, okay? I know that people from any background, any race, any age can have mental health problems. It's just a little joke, all right? Just a little joke for you. But seriously, look at this chick. She looks like she would have an anxiety attack from failing a test. So she starts out the article just right off the rip by saying going to the gym is something universally all Americans lack at doing, which first off is just a really terrible sentence. Like grammatically, this sucks. Actually, this whole article grammatically is just trash. She's not a very good writer at all. But also, I don't even think that that's true. I think that the people of this generation are like much more health conscious. They're much more in the gym. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I knew from high school who weren't even athletic. They were in band, they did this and that, and they were chubby or they just didn't have any muscle or any type of, athletic skill, who I see like the fitness fanatics now. They be in the gym more than me. They pay way more attention to their diets and all of that. So I don't necessarily think that's true. I think for the first time ever, we're actually breaking the mold where people are exactly very uncomfortable going to the gym if they've never done anything athletically. Let's keep going. She says, it is not a part of the typical routine for us. Usually, many people are too tired or lazy to go. I feel that unwillingness to go until 2018 when I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Gosh, this chick does not know how to write. This writing is terrible. It is something that no one really understands unless you have it, as my parents call it, crazy people. That sentence didn't even make sense, but I do feel for you. You meet all these Mexican people, they're like, mental health? What the fuck are you even talking about, son? They don't believe in any of that. They don't believe in therapy. So I do feel for you. I do kind of understand you from that aspect. They're probably like, what do you have to be depressed about, chick? You're on a boat. Playing. I'm playing. Don't be mad in the comments, emotional ladies. She says, in fact, there's nothing even crazy about it. It is simply your brain being unable to produce as many endorphins as anyone else. That doesn't even make sense. Like, this one person's brain can't produce as many endorphins as literally anyone else on this planet. Come on, girl, please check your grammar. They have literal programs that will do this for you. And I also went to look it up, and this guy says that, in fact, it's been largely refuted by the medical community. Researchers argue that chemical imbalance hypothesis is more of a figure of speech. It doesn't really capture the true complexity of these disorders. In other words, mental disorders aren't simply caused by chemical imbalances in the brain. There's a lot more to them. Which, of course, dude, you don't have to have a chemical imbalance to have depression or to have anxiety, okay? And the other thing is, I think that depression and anxiety are perfectly normal. If you actually live with no depression or especially no anxiety, I think that you might actually have more wrong with you than someone who has a little bit of anxiety, in my opinion. It's a crazy world we're living in, man. It's pretty natural. I think that before they just really didn't have a word for it. They just called it being paranoid and shit like that. And this right there kind of rips apart the basis of her whole argument, as you're going to see right here, but I'm just going to keep reading. These endorphins personally help me throughout the day. There is no better feeling than after a workout. Maybe it's science involved, but also it's the self-esteem you get. Which I agree. As a person who goes to the gym, as the person who runs and works out a lot, I do think that, there is something special about working out and a connection to your mental health. But at the same time, I'm not just going to say that it's gonna be a cure for fucking anxiety and depression. I think that's a little bit arrogant. She says, there is such a powerful feeling leaving the gym knowing you pushed your hardest even when you didn't want to. On that day you wanted to stay in bed, but you, in parentheses, a kick-ass individual, did not let your depression win. Yeah, you didn't let it win. You went and got out on a boat. You did not stay in bed no matter how comfy or how tempting the Netflix is. After a few weeks of convincing yourself to not let your depression win, you realize that the gym isn't that bad. Well, yeah, but I don't know if that has so much to do with being depressed as to like getting back into decent shape, okay? If you haven't gone to the gym in months and months or years or whatever it is, yeah, it's gonna take literally anyone like a little while to get back into the groove of things to go into the gym. It's very easy to develop habits of laziness, and it's pretty hard to develop, strict routine-like habits for most people. She says, in fact, it's awesome. There is no better place where you get an entire room of people who have the same goal in mind, self-improvement. I do agree there, okay? Some gyms get a bad rap. They think that only assholes work out or that only assholes have muscles. I used to get that all the time back a couple years ago before working out was more trendy. I do agree that people in the gym are some of the least judgmental. They're some of the most helpful people you could ever meet. And for the most part, everyone just got their headphones in. They're super plugged in, trying to put in work. But if you're like a veteran at the gym and someone were to come up and ask you for help that was kind of a beginner, I would think that most of them would help. So I do agree that it's a pretty good environment. She says, the self-improvement becomes a drug. Each time I go to the gym, I try and leave there a stronger woman than I was before, mentally and physically. Moving up a weight, the best feeling. It is proof you were trying. No matter how much you do not want to go, still go. So this is more of a PSA about you should go to the gym just because it's good for your health in general. But I'm not gonna go as far as to say, like I said before, that it's gonna beat your depression or it's gonna beat your anxiety. I mean, sometimes honestly, knowing that I have to go to the gym gives me a lot more anxiety than if I just don't go that day or if I just relax that day. So I don't necessarily 100% agree with the correlation she's making. She says a killer workout after you were trying to talk yourself out of before is so rewarding. What kind of sentence is this, dude? Go back to college, chick. This is terrible writing, and you want to do this as your job? I'm sorry, but it's just not very good, and it's very redundant. All you're saying is you need to get your ass out of bed and go do what I said. And to be honest, for someone that has real depression, they're not going to want to follow this. Depression is way deeper than this, and to just put it on the surface level kind of just shows me how big of a dumbass you honestly are. I'm really glad that you found working out. I do agree with your points that working out can help your mental health, that working out is good for a person in general, but I'm not gonna go this far, man. What's wrong with this chick? She says you can't control almost anything in life. Oh, yes you can. A lot of people out here aren't self-aware, and I think you're one of them. Except if you choose to make yourself better, stronger, and faster. Dude, what is this, a Kanye music video? Jesus Christ, girl. She says, not to mention if there's a zombie apocalypse, you'll be one step ahead of the couch potato you used to be. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so comedy, dude. Oh. Guys, all I'm trying to say is yes, work out. Please work out. But don't think it's going to solve all your problems, okay? Sometimes you really need to go see a therapist. Sometimes you really need to switch something else about your life. Maybe you need to delete this person, and add this person, that person, and that person. Or maybe you need to quit your job and go to a different job. You know what I mean? There could be a million different reasons you're depressed. There could be a million different reasons you're having anxiety. And to boil it all down into you need to work out is just bullshit. Alright? Honestly, and that's coming from someone who's probably in way better shape than this chick. That's coming from someone who's probably worked out way longer than this chick. Who's felt the mental health from working out for so many years. And let me just tell you, it doesn't make a big difference. Okay, it doesn't make a big difference. Yeah, it might make you feel better about yourself, give you some extra self-esteem, but at the same time, it can make you feel like shit. If I don't go to the gym, I feel like shit. Some days I don't want to go to the gym at all, and I feel like shit for going. So don't just sum it all down to, oh, if you do this, if you do that, you're going to cure your anxiety and depression, because it's not true. It's just not true. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Do you work out or not? Do you think that it could just magically cure your depression and anxiety? Let me know. Oh, and I will say this. Like, working out is a really good coping mechanism for if you actually are, like, having anxiety and depressed. Because if you're always in good shape, everyone will always just assume that your life is perfect. Okay? So it actually can be worse. No one's ever going to ask you, is something wrong? Because if you let yourself get real fat or you let yourself go, everyone's like, oh, what's wrong with him? But if you're just always in good shape, no one ever asks you what's wrong. And that's just being 100% real. Everyone always thinks you got everything under control. Trust me, I know from personal experience. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I might hit y'all with 2 videos on this channel today. I don't know. Am I feeling zesty? I don't know. We'll see you later on tonight. But bye.